My guest is Jason Vanporppal, and he's the skateboard guy. He's been all over your social media for the last couple of days as he skated across South Africa. He arrived in Cape Town yesterday, was met by, it looked like a pretty big crowd at the City Bowl Skateboard Park ready to welcome you. How did you end up being the sort of the global skateboarding traveler that you are?
It's just as simple as the words I always say. Like I just kept pushing. You know, I kept going towards my goals, and like there's been times, I'm like a simple person back at home, and I just kept going towards bigger goals. Like every time something seemed crazy to someone, I love like the idea of telling someone something and them being like, what why are you gonna do that? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe let me try to prove this person wrong. At first it was like that, like, and then I did what I did in America. I skated across America. I was like, oh, I liked it. So it got me to this point. It is kind of just like all fell into play to where I'm just like pushing across different countries and continents now, I guess. And so I just love posting videos online. I love skating. I'm super passionate about it. Like none of this is forced at all. Like every time I come somewhere, it's like by choice. Like if I don't feel like doing something or if I don't want to do something, I won't do it. So I really do love it. It's not for the views or anything. It's just kind of just comes with everything.
Do you have a day job back home in California, or is this the thing for now?
So before I did, like, I've been doing social media for like 11, almost 12 years now, and I was working towards being a full-time skateboard content creator for that long. And 3 years ago, I finally was able to make somewhat of a living to, sustain my ways of living at home. Yeah. So now I just do social media.
I mean, a lot of people will be sitting there going, wow, it's amazing that you can fund your lifestyle just off social media. But literally, that's the first thing people ask after, why is he doing that, is how on earth do you afford not having a normal job and paying for an activity like this? Do you want to explain how it works?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been back at home. I don't have a lot. It's super expensive out there. So I just make enough barely to even just go by. And I think coming out here, it kind of got me scared too, because I just got my first apartment back at home, and I was saving up so much money for it. I never had my own place, and then coming out here, I was like, damn, I'm leaving my whole place behind, and I'm gonna still be paying. And it was just like always in my mind. But I think it's possible for anyone. You just got to keep going and don't do it for the money. Then the money just comes. I feel like if you start just worrying about the money, it's gonna stress you out, and you're just gonna give up on it. So I always told myself, like, I want to whenever I make videos, I have to do it whenever I want to make it, not because how much money I have to make that day. But it was very scary coming here, because I was like, people were telling me it gets a little more expensive as you go down to South Africa. And I was like, man, how am I going to pay for things? But I was blessed enough for people to help us out with accommodations. A lot of these lodges and resorts were helping us, and people give us water and food. So I just I just trust in God, and like he was going to help me this whole way, and he did. And it's awesome.
And here you are at the end of the road. Now, we've kind of done this back to front because we didn't talk about where you started and why. So as Jason's already mentioned, previous trips have been skating across the USA, raising R500,000, or the equivalent thereof, to donate more than 100 skateboards to underprivileged youth. He followed that up with a trip across Japan, raising still more money to support skateboarders in Los Angeles. How did you end up in Africa, and why Uganda specifically as your starting point?
Yeah, so I always wanted to come to Africa. Like, I don't know, something about it always just seemed interesting to me. And I didn't know anybody out here at all. It was just like an idea in my head. So the reason why I came out to Africa, because after I finished my trip across Japan, it was obviously I was posting videos about it, so people were watching it. And my friend, well, now I consider my friend now because he was on this journey, but before I didn't know who he was. He was a random person that reached out to me from Africa in Uganda. His name was Isaac, and he reached out to me saying, hey, if you ever think about skating across Africa, like, I would do it with you. And I get like hundreds of those messages all around. They want me to come to Australia, but something about that, it was like a calling. I was like, yo, I want to go to Africa. Let's see. So I got on a call with him. I saw he gave me his page, and it was legit what he was all doing. Like, he was just a simple person as well, just at home in Uganda, and he's the one that mentors these kids, Kampala Skateboard Initiative. And he mentions like, hey, I want to do it with my friend too. So it was going to be 3 of us. So we started talking for months and months, and I just booked my flight to Uganda. And that's the reason why I started in Uganda, because they're from Uganda. originally I wanted to do it from Egypt, but I know a bunch of stuff was going on towards that time, so I just decided to start in Uganda. I was like, it's already a far distance, so let's just start here. Got to hang out in Uganda for a minute, and me and those two other guys, Isaac and Ephraim, we just started pushing. And we obviously made the decision to raise funds for the kids, and they showed me everything around, so we just started doing that.
So the trip has taken you through 7 African countries, and as you rightly say, half of Africa is still a very long distance. It's Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and of course, finally, South Africa. Now, you've already mentioned the role strangers and their kindness played along the way. People opening their homes to you, people helping you out with food, obviously people supporting the cause you were raising funds for to help those kids skateboarding in Uganda. Were there any moments where you thought you weren't going to finish this trip, where things went wrong, where you had bad experiences, or has it been an entirely positive one for you? It's
been positive for sure, but there's also obviously a lot of times where I wanted to quit, I wanted to stop in the very beginning. Because when you look at it, when I was on day 14, like I was like, dang, I had to do this for probably like 90 more days. It was very difficult to even comprehend that. So then I stopped looking at the bigger picture of how far I was. I would always go on Google Maps, just looking. I'm like, dang, Cape Town is so far, And I was like, man, I was looking up flights on my phone at nighttime, seeing where I could fly out at that moment where I was in like Tanzania. So I was like ready to go home. I was tired of everything. But I didn't want to base my decisions on the emotions I was feeling in that moment, because I feel like that's what I do a lot, and I feel like a lot of people can relate. Is like we base our decisions off of emotions, and then we end up regretting it. You know what I mean? If I would have went home, none of this would have happened. And I'm glad I didn't go off that decision. And I waited, I slept it off, and I woke up the next morning. I was like, let's go. But there's been multiple times I wanted to quit, a lot.
But you just got up and got back on the board.
Got up and got back. Yeah, a lot of time I was in pain. We were hungry. We starved a lot. We slept in places that no one should probably sleep. And that was just in the beginning of it, Like no one knew what we were really doing. I mean, it had some eyes on it, but it wasn't until South Africa it started getting treated like this.
Jason, I mean, what shifted as you got to South Africa? Because it was clear, there was just clearly such a groundswell of sudden awareness of what you were doing, support for what you were doing. I won't even go so far as to say love for what you were doing, because the videos we've seen from places like Beaufort West and Laingsburg, kids running on the street, riding their bicycles alongside you, police escorts, the whole town buzzing with the news that this guy's arrived here. What do you think, what brought about that shift?
I don't know. So many people ask me that, and I think it's more than just like, what I see, I'm like, why do people care about a kid skating across? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a person skating on a skateboard. It's like a funny toy to some people. But I think they see more than that. They dig deeper into it. And I think it was an opportunity for South Africa to come together and show what they actually are best at, is like loving. And I've seen a lot of that. I see their patience, I see their love, I see their care. And I heard someone told me, they're like, yeah, we have this in us, but we just, something has been, I don't know. I haven't been here long enough to know how it is out here, but they just told me it's just something they've been holding back on, that's coming together and just loving for something. And then I guess this gave them that reason to come together and do that, to show love and support that what they are really about. And it's crazy to see how it has happened to me. I'm really blessed to be that person, I guess.
Now, you've made it safely to Cape Town. How were the roads in South Africa? I have to ask, was it easy skating relative to the rest of the trip, or was it quite a nightmare? Because let's just say our behavior of the drivers on the roads is not exactly world famous for being good behavior.
Well, to be honest, like I'm gonna give my honest opinions about it. I'm not gonna be biased, but I love South Africa. But there are a lot of potholes. Yes, there's a lot of potholes. But honestly, I didn't hit too many potholes, only a few. But the ground, when you're riding on a skateboard, the ground is so rough. The stones stick out and everything. There's some roads that have good smooth roads, but I remember when Jerome was riding with me on the side, I pulled up next to him. I was like, honestly, I don't like the N1 right now. The N1 is not my friend right now. I just wanted to say that. And I just kept going, and I'm just crunching for hours and hours. But it has its good and bad moments, but it's I've seen worse. I've seen really bad roads, but South Africa's not that bad.
Look, I'm really glad that you made it here with no encounters with our motor vehicle drivers, because we're not so good at those. But Jason, what about injury concerns? I mean, it's a long way, 106 days. I don't know if you've tallied up the total number of kilometers or miles it would be in your distance reckoning that you've covered. But that's a lot of repetitive strain to put on the same joints and the same muscles day after day. Has your body held up okay?
Yeah. Right now, my body feels good. Like, I feel fine. You know, when you do something every single day, I feel like it just becomes a natural thing at this point. You know, you're still sore, you're stiff, and you feel those like pains, but it's nothing that's going to stop me from like walking around or doing anything. Like, I could probably go on a run right now and be fine, or go skate again. But I did have some injuries. Like, the first day I left Uganda and Kampala, like, I gassed open my elbow because I was so excited. You know, we're going down a hill, and then in South Africa, I fell down going really like fast down a hill, and it was wet, it was raining, so I slipped and I like bust open my hip, and you know, all these little cuts. But then in Zambia, I got a stomach virus. It was really bad. I was throwing up everywhere while pushing, and people were telling me to rest. They're like, you shouldn't push today. I was like, but we got to be there in this time. I want to be there. So it was just really terrible. But I'm glad I did that, because they're good stories. They're good stories to tell. And other than that, I feel fine. Sometimes I get cramps. I mean, Jerome saw me my first 2 days leaving Johannesburg. I was cramping like crazy. But yeah, once you just keep going, it gets better. You get stronger. You start leveling up, I'd like to say.
Okay. So the body levels up. What about the mind? I mean, it's a mental challenge as much as it is a physical challenge. You've spoken about that need to sort of coach yourself to get up and get back on the board and keep going on the days when you just don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
How much of accomplishing this has been mental strength versus physical?
It's way more mental than physical. Like, I always think that, because when you're pushing out there, you're literally out there for hours, like 8 to 10 hours a day sometimes, and your mind just bounces off. It's like a I don't know what game is that called, but it's like bouncing on each wall. And you're just like, good, bad, okay, I'm happy, but then I'm sad right now, and I'm like, oh man, why do I feel like this? And like it just makes you, it plays with you. So you have to just I started learning how to like be okay with that emotion. Like, you have to sit with it, not to push it off. You know what I mean? Because we all have like this little darkness inside us, and I feel like it's always good to shine light on that darkness, because we're all not perfect, you know what I mean? Like, we all have some stuff we struggle with, and I like to just sit with that moment for a little bit. And then after, like, I started advocating for kind of just being, like, talking to people. Like, once you talk to people, because when I was doing this journey, I was just holding in all my emotions, and I want to let people know I'm strong. Like, even my family, I don't like them to worry about me. So every time they ask me, Jason, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But one night I finally just like opened up to my dad and mom, and I was just telling them, like, honestly, I'm not good. Like, this is how I feel. And I started like breaking down crying, and it felt very abnormal for me to open up like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's definitely necessary, because I felt so good after. And I was like, you know what? I'm human. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not this strong person as people could see me, but you know, I just want to, like, this is my growth. This is how I need to grow. So I think it's good to just open up and talk to people.
I think that's such a powerful message, because who was it who made this ridiculous rule that you have to be strong like that all the time? I mean, nobody goes through life without days like that. So I think it's great that you recognize that and amplify that message. So final question before we wrap up. I mean, you're here in Cape Town. Have you got some time to spend in the city? Are there things you're planning on doing or hoping to see while you're here?
Yeah. I want to be here. I'm going to be here for like 2 weeks roughly. Okay. So 2 weeks, I'm going to go see all the cool things, and hopefully, obviously, climb Table Mountain. I want to do that. That was my goal. I want to go skydiving, just see everything. I want to see the penguins too.
Cool. Well, they're ready and waiting for you at Boulders. We hope you're going to have an amazing time in the city. You've raised all this money to help the kids back in Uganda. Are you going to be able to go back there to do any kind of sort of check handover or sort of wrapping up of the process with them?
Yeah. So the next goal right now is, I don't want people to think like that because this journey is over doesn't mean there's going to be other stuff happening. I want to do other journeys, which I have really good things that I already have in my mind I want to do. But as of right now, I'm going to focus on getting that skate park and raising more money so we can continue. I'm going back to Uganda. So next year, I'm going to come back to Uganda. Then I'm going to come back to South Africa and do some great things here too, because I really love like the hospitality has been here, and I want to continue to do stuff here too. But first Uganda, and then I'm coming down here. Yeah. Next year. We'll try and get them to smooth the roads out for you before that happens, Jason. Okay, we'll do our best. Awesome to have you with us in the studio today. Thank you so much for making time. Thank you too. Cool.